Yes, teacher.
Is the screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, ma'am. So, good morning, all. I welcome you all for the class as we were learning the chapter. Sixth chapter we were learning, that is the circles from Maths 2. So, in this chapter, what we have learned? We have learned about the basic points. The first, we have learned some of the basic points related to the circles, or we can say we have learned the parts of the circle. And after that, we have learned the properties of the chord. In that, we have learned the two theorems. The first theorem, once I want to revise that. The first theorem we learned that a perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord bisects the chord, and one more, the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to its chord. So the two theorems we have learned, and we solved some of the examples, and we were learning practice set 6.1. In that, 4 questions we solved. So today we are going to solve question number 5 and 6. So what is question number 5? See, when you observe here, in the figure 6.9, center of two circles is O here. So chord AB of bigger circle intersect the smaller circle in point P and Q. So show that AP is equal to BQ. So let us solve this first. So here, in the figure here, the fifth question I have written, center of two circles is O. Chord AB of bigger circle intersects the smaller circle in point P and Q. Show that AP is equal to BQ. So what we have to do? So these are the two circles. Here, AB is the O is the center of the circle. AB is the chord for the bigger circle. PQ is the chord for the smaller circle, and OM is perpendicular for the AB, and OM is also perpendicular for PQ. So let us see this now. Here given, as they have asked us to show that, that means we have to prove here O is the center. O is the center of the circle. Okay. Then AB is the chord. Of bigger circle. Which is intersecting at point P and Q. So PQ is the chord of small circle. So PQ is the chord of small circle. So now what we have to prove? We have to prove that AP is equal to QB. This AP is equal to QB or BQ. This we have to prove that this AP and QB are equal segments. So to prove what we have to prove? That AP is equal to QB or BQ. So here OM is perpendicular to the segment AB, and it's also perpendicular to the segment PQ. OM here, when we see O is the center and M is the point here, it is the perpendicular for the both the chords. So in the construction, what we'll write, that segment OM is perpendicular to AB as well as OM is perpendicular to PQ. segment OM is perpendicular to AB and segment OM is also perpendicular to segment PQ. Here point A, M, B are the collinear points here. So for the now see the proof for the bigger circle. For the bigger circle, AB is the chord. AB is the chord. Then for bigger circle what? AB is the chord and OM is perpendicular to AB. Here OM is perpendicular to AB. So the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on chord, the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord here bisects the chord. So it will become AM and MB because it's bisecting here. So this will be AM and MB. So we'll write here AM is equal to MB. Let this be the first equation. PQ is the chord. This is the small circle. PQ is the chord. And OM is perpendicular to the chord PQ. PQ is the chord and OM is perpendicular to chord PQ. So again the same thing here, the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle bisects the chord. So how it's going to bisect? Here it's going to bisect in the form of PM and MQ. As this has bisected the chord AB into AM and MB, now this is bisecting the chord PQ as PM and MQ. Here PM and MQ. Let this be the second equation. So now when we subtract from equation 2 from 1, when we subtract equation 2 from 1, so what is equation 2 here? And 1, first one is AM minus AM is equal to MB and PM is equal to MQ. So AM minus PM is equal to MB minus MQ. So see here, AM minus PM. This is the AM. This is the AM. If I minus PM from the AM, what remains? Only AP will remain. This is the AM. If we minus PM, this is the PM. If we minus this part, so what will remain? Only AP will remain. So we'll write here AP. So this is MB. MB is the part. So from MB, if MQ is subtracted, from MB, if MQ is subtracted, what will remain? QB. Or BQ will remain. So here hence proved what was asked to prove. It was asked to prove that AP is equal to BQ. So instead of QB, we can write here, either we write QB or BQ, it's the same. So we'll say here BQ. So hence it's proved that AP is equal to BQ or QB here. So how about what we did? As this was the circle, two circles were there. These were the concentric. This was a bigger circle. This was a smaller circle. AB was the chord for the bigger circle, and PQ is the chord for the smaller circle, and O is the center. OM is the perpendicular drawn on the AB as well as on the PQ. AB as well as the PQ. So what was asked? It was asked that show that AP is equal to BQ. So hence it is proved that AP is equal to BQ. Now the next question is, sixth question from the practice set 6.1. Here again, prove that if a diameter of a circle bisects two chords of the circle, then those two chords are parallel to each other. The question is that we have to prove that diameter of a circle bisects the two chords of the circle, then those two chords are parallel to each other. Here the diagram is drawn from the given information. AB, let us assume that AB and CD are the two chords. PQ is the diameter which is bisecting both the chords, and O is the center of the circle. So let us write so O is the center of the circle. Center of the circle. A, B and C, D are the chords. A, B and C, D are the two chords of this circle. Are two chords of the circle. PQ is the diameter. PQ is the diameter and it bisects the chord AB as well as CD. So it is bisecting the chord AB and CD. M is the midpoint of AB and here N is the midpoint of CD. M is the chord AB and N is the midpoint of chord CD. CD. What we have to prove? We have to prove that then those two chords are parallel to each other. We have to prove that these two chords are parallel to each other. This is the given. Now what we have to prove? That AB, chord AB is parallel to chord CD, is parallel to chord CD. We have to prove that chord AB is parallel to chord CD. Now prove for chord AB. For chord AB, let's see for the chord AB. So here up to now, the first theorem we use the first theorem that the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord bisects the chord. This was the first theorem which we used up to now in all the 5 examples, but in the sixth examples, now we are going to use the second theorem or the second property of the chord, that is the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. What is the second theorem? The segment joining the center of the circle. Here I'll write the second theorem, that the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. Is perpendicular to the chord. Here, the segment, which is the segment? The segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint. This is the center of the circle. So once again, I'll repeat, the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. Okay, so here, which is that segment? Segment OM. Here, segment OM is joining the center of the chord of the circle and the midpoint here of the chord, and it's perpendicular to the chord. Segment OM is joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. So angle OMB is equal to 90 degree, because this is the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle here. So here OM, here OMB will be 90 degree. So angle OMB is equal to 90 degree. Now for chord CD, N is the midpoint. N is the midpoint of CD. So segment ON is joining the center of the circle and midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. So here what we'll get for the chord CD? This is for chord AB. So for chord CD, angle OND is 90 degree. Angle OND is 90 degree here. Let this be the second. So when we add, or from the 1 and 2 equation, we can say angle OMB plus angle OND. Angle OMB and angle OND is equal to how much it is? OMB is 90. OND is 90. So 90 plus 90, it will be 180 degree. Now, by the interior angle property, what does it say? Interior angle property. These two are the chords. Here are the interior angles formed. Interior angles are formed here. So by the interior angle property, if the sum of the interior angles of the two lines, if the sum of the interior angles of two lines are supplementary in the sense 180 degree, then those two lines are parallel. Here, if the sum in the sense addition, if the sum of the interior angles, these are the interior angles of the two lines, these are the two lines are supplementary. That is, supplementary is 180 degree, then these two lines are parallel. Hence, we prove that segment AB, or we can say chord AB is parallel to chord or segment CD. So what was asked? Prove that if a diameter of a circle bisects two chords of the circle, then those two chords are parallel to each other. So hence it's the two chords were AB and CD. And those two chords, that is segment AB and is parallel to segment CD. Hence it is proved. So here one more question I have. This is not from the practice set. Okay. O is the center of the circle. Okay. O is the center of the circle. Find the length of the radius if the chord of length 24 centimeter is at a distance of 9 centimeter from the center of the circle. O is the center of the circle. We have to find the length of the radius. If the chord of length, the length of the chord is 24 centimeters. Here, O is the center of the circle. OP is the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on the chord AB. The chord, the distance of the chord is 9 centimeters. The OP is how much it is? 9 centimeter, and the distance and the length of the chord is 24 centimeters. So it is 24 centimeter. What we have to find? We have to find the radius of the circle. That is OA we have to find. So here AB is the chord. So the length of AB, how much they have given? That is 24 centimeter. Here O is the center is remaining. O is the center. OP is the radius. Sorry, OP is the distance of the chord from the center of the circle, which is 9 centimeter, and OA we have to find. That is, radius is OA, and that we have to find. We know that OP is perpendicular to chord AB. Here OP is perpendicular to chord, or we can say segment OP is perpendicular to chord AB. So length of AB, AP here, length of AP is equal to half the length of AB. This is the AB is the length, half here, half is AP. So half the length of AB is equal to length. Here half into the length of AB is 24 centimeter. Here get cancelled by 12. So we'll get here AP is as 12 centimeter. Now observe the triangle APO. Observe the triangle, this triangle APO. In triangle APO, angle P is equal to 90 degree because it is a perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on the chord. So by using the Pythagoras theorem, what does Pythagoras theorem says? By using Pythagoras theorem, in a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of remaining two sides. OP square. So OA we have to find here. So AP, how much it is? 12. So it is 12 square plus AP is 12 and OP is 9. So 12 square is 144. 9 square is 81. So 144 plus 81 will get us 225. So OA is equal to under root 225 under root 225. So OA is equal to 15. So the length of the radius is 15 centimeter. What they asked? O is the center of the circle. Find the length of the radius if the chord of length is 20 centimeter, is at the 24 centimeter, is at the distance of 9 centimeter. So the length of the radius was asked, which was found by using the Pythagoras theorem, that is 15 centimeters. So one more question. C is the center of the circle. C is the center of the circle whose radius is 10 centimeter. Find the distance of the chord from the center of the circle if the length of the chord is 12 centimeter. C is the center of the circle whose radius, the radius is given here as 10 centimeter. What we have to find? The distance of the chord. AB is the chord. The distance of the chord from the center of the circle and the length of the chord is given as 12 centimeter. So here C is the center of the circle, AB is the chord, CP is the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on the chord AB, and CA or AC we can say it is the radius. Here C is the center, AB is the chord, length of the chord is given as, length of the chord AB is 12 centimeter. Radius is given, that is radius is CA, 10 centimeter. So what we have to find? Distance of the chord from the center of the circle, that is CP, we have to find. We know that CP is perpendicular to the chord AB. So AP, the length of AP, how we will find? The length of AP, here first let us write that CP segment CP is perpendicular to segment AB, and the length of AP is equal to half the length of AB length of AB is 12, 2 1s are 2 6s are, so length of AP will get as 6 centimeter. Now, when we observe triangle APC, observe the triangle APC, angle P is equal to 90 degree because it is a perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle. Now, by using the Pythagoras theorem, by using the Pythagoras theorem. So what it is? AC square is equal to AP square plus CP square or PC square plus PC square. AC, how much it is? AC is the radius and radius is CA or AC. Same here, it is 10 square. AP, it is 6 square plus this CP or PC we have to find. 10 square is 100. 6 square is 36 plus PC square remains as it is. (36 plus 36 shifted to left side becomes minus 36 here, and PC square 100 minus 36 64 is equal to PC square. So we can write PC square is equal to 64. So PC is equal to under root 64. So PC is equal to under root 64 is 8 centimeter. That is, the distance of the chord from the center is 8 centimeter. Center is 8 centimeter. So here we have solved many of the examples. So when we see after completion of this practice set 6.1, as 2 questions were taken extra, these are not from your textbook. So an activity is given there for you. One activity is given. What is that activity? Draw a circle of convenient radii. What you have to do? You have to draw a circle of convenient, any convenient radii you have to take, and you have to draw a circle. Then what you have to do? You have to draw 2 equal chords in each circle. You have to draw the 2 equal chords. After that, you have to draw the perpendicular to each other, each chord from the center of the circle by using the set squares. Then you have to measure the distance of the each chord from the center. So this will be the activity for you. So the next property, properties of the congruent chords. Now let us study the properties of the congruent chords. So I'll just take the textbook. Here when we see on page number 80, let's learn is given here. Relation between congruent chords of a circle and their distance from the center. So in the figure 1, 2 and 3 are given. In the figure first, O is the center of the circle and 2 chords are given. And OL is perpendicular to one chord and OM is also perpendicular. What we have to do? We have to check whether OL is equal to OM or not. And in the second, what we have to do? P is the center of the circle. And we have to check Pn, whether Pn is equal to Pt or not. Same for the figure third. M is the center of the circle. Here also we have to see whether MA is equal to MB or not. So when we observe this, they come equal. So now which property we are going to observe here, that we'll see. So the properties of the chords are given. Again, the 2 theorems we are having. The first one is that congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. Congruent chords of the circle are equidistant from the circle, from the center of the circle. So let us see now. Okay. Here the properties of the congruent chords we are going to see. What does the theorem says? Congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. O is the center of the circle, AB is the chord, and CD or the DC is one chord. OP is perpendicular to chord AB, OQ is perpendicular to chord DC. Okay. So here congruent chords, chords which are having equal length are called as the congruent chords. Regardless of their position in the circle, they are all having an equal distance from the center of the circle. So what are the congruent chords? The chords which are having equal length are called as the congruent chords. Now the congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. What is given here? That O is the center of the circle, AB and CD are two chords which are congruent. AB and CD are the two chords. O is the center of the circle. Chord AB and chord CD are congruent. So chord AB is congruent to chord CD. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that OP is equal to OQ, this distance. OP is equal to OQ. We have to prove OP is equal to OQ. So construction. What it is? OP is perpendicular to chord AB, or we can say segment OP is perpendicular to segment AB and segment OQ is perpendicular to segment CD. CD. When we join OA and OD, if we join OA and OD. So now we have to show that these triangles are congruent. What we have to prove? OP is perpendicular to the segment AB first. First, what we have to prove? Segment OP is perpendicular to segment AB. So the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord bisects the chord. We know that. Here OQ is also perpendicular to segment OQ is perpendicular to segment CD. AP. The length of AP is equal to the length of PB. AP is equal to PB here. AP is equal to PB is equal to half the length of AB. These both are half. AP is half of AB and PB is half of AB. So we can write AP is equal to PB is equal to half the length of AB. Half the length of AB. Let us assume this as the first equation. So same for the second chord. CQ or CQ is equal to QD. CD is the chord. Okay. OQ, when OQ bisects this chord, we'll get the two equal parts, that is CQ and QD. So we can write CQ is equal to QD is equal to half the length of CD. CQ is equal to QD is equal to half the length of CD. So now if AB and CD are congruent, if AB and CD are congruent, then their half are also congruent. Here, if AB is congruent to CD, then their half are also congruent. If AB is congruent to CD, their half are also congruent. So we can say AB is equal to CD. So what we'll get? Their half are also equal. If chord AB is equal to, or if chord AB is congruent to chord CD, if they are congruent, that means they are also equal. If they are equal, their half are also equal. So let us assume this as the third. So from 1, 2, and 3, so here AP is equal to PB is equal to CQ is equal to QD, which is equal to half the length of AB, which is equal to half the length of CD. So here I'll write, this is the question 1, 2, and 3. So AP is equal to PB is equal to CQ is equal to QD is equal to half the length of AB is equal to half the length of CD. Now observe triangle APO. Here observe triangle APO and also triangle DQO. So what we observe here in triangle APO and DQO, OA is congruent to OD in triangle. When we observe the two triangles, here, which are those APO and DQO, here OA is congruent to OD because both are the radii of the circle, and the radii of the same circle are always congruent. So AP, so here I'll write OA is congruent to OD. The reason we'll write because both are radii of the circle and the radii of the same circle are congruent. Now AP is congruent to QD. Segment AP is congruent to segment QD. So in triangle APO, and triangle DQO. Triangle APO is congruent to triangle DQO. Here triangle APO is congruent to triangle DQO. Then segment OP, here we have shown that OA is congruent to OD. AP is congruent to QD. So what remains? The side remains here. So we can write OP is congruent to OQ. Segment OP is congruent to segment OQ. What's the reason? By the corresponding sides of a congruent triangle. These are the two congruent triangles. These are the corresponding sides. Okay, by corresponding sides of congruent triangle, we can say that OP is equal to OQ. So if they are congruent, then they're also equal. So we can say that OP is equal to OQ. OP is equal to OQ. Hence it's proved. So what was asked to prove? That here what was the theorem? Congruent chords of the circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. So O is the center of the circle, AB and CD were the two chords. We had to prove OP is equal to OQ. So which we have proved here, that OP is equal to OQ. So in the today's class, we have solved some of the examples based on the first two properties or the first two theorems of the chord, and also we have learned the properties of the congruent chords. In that first theorem we have learned. So the remaining part we'll study in the next class. So we'll stop here.